Something conservatives have realized about the deep state is since they can't win in the arena of ideas, then all they have left in their Marxist playbook is to destroy their opponents in the court of public opinion and remove the competition from the political stage. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how they do it. Rosie the Riveter here, dropping more truth bombs to destroy fake news and propaganda. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get new videos when they are uploaded. Now, let's get into today's riveting topic. When you can't beat your opponent at the ballot box, then eliminate them from the competition. One of the deep state's most effective weapons against their opponent is the politics of personal destruction. Here are just a few examples. Trent Lott, GOP Senate Majority Leader in the early 2000s. During a 100th birthday party for fellow Senator Strom Thurmond in 2002, Lott dared to praise the former Dixiecrat segregationists. If you don't know who Strom Thurmond is, his defection from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party ignited the Great Switch Theory lie. Lott's comments referred to Strom Thurmond's views on states' rights, yet the deep state saw blood, cried racism, and attacked. Lott was forced to resign as majority leader. However, not even a year later, then Senator Joe Biden delivered Thurmond's eulogy and exalted his very close relationship with Thurmond, who personally chose Biden to present the tribute. In complete contrast to Lott, Biden was congratulated for his remarks and his ability to cross the aisle and work with others. The press reacted the same way in 2010 when Biden eulogized Senator Robert Byrd, a former exalted Cyclops in the KKK. Justice Clarence Thomas, the second African-American Supreme Court justice. During Thomas's confirmation hearings in 1991, Senator Joe Biden led the Democrats' desperate attempt to derail Thomas's nomination for the crime of being conservative while black. Despite countless female employees expressing strong support of Thomas, the Democrats paraded Anita Hill out, who leveled ridiculous sexual harassment allegations, which the FBI deemed unfounded. Still today, Biden's only regret is not giving Anita more support and for confirming Thomas. However, when Tara Reade came forward with valid sexual harassment allegations against Biden that occurred in 1993, those who didn't ignore her blamed and accused her of lying, while again giving Biden a complete pass. And the left is still trying to destroy Thomas today. Justice Brett Kavanaugh. During his confirmation hearing, Kavanaugh was forced to endure vicious attacks from the left in response to sexual assault allegations. Even though Christine Blasey Ford could not provide even some of the most basic details, and it was eventually revealed she was an activist and could not truly confirm it was Kavanaugh, many still think he is a rapist. Oh, did I mention she was involved with Project on Government Oversight, an organization that has been directly funded by Soros's Open Society Foundation? I'm sure there's no connection, though. Fortunately, neither of these coordinated sideshows kept the men from the Supreme Court, but their otherwise pristine reputations have been eternally tarnished. Anyone remember Blair Hill and Jack Ryan? They were politically destroyed in 2004 during the runs for U.S. Senate against Barack Obama in Illinois. Hall, a Democrat in the primary, and Ryan, a Republican in the general, were both strongly favored to win their elections. A virtual unknown, Obama received large donations from both George Soros individually as well as several of his political organizations. The game-changing help, though, came from the press, who pressured courts to unseal the divorce papers of both Hall and Ryan. which many believe was directly orchestrated by Obama's media strategist, David Axelrod. As the documents were released and embarrassing information was shared, because we all know divorce proceedings are clean and pretty and there's no false or exaggerated accusations, both men were forced out of their races right before each was to win against Obama. Two candidates, two parties, same tactic, same result. Coincidence? I'll let you decide. They tried using sex scandals with Trump, but it didn't work. They tried calling him Hitler, a Nazi, a white supremacist, and all that junk. But the string of those accusations has been numbed by their relentless use. So during President Trump's presidency, the Democrats tried to destroy his administration and popularity with endless investigations and prevent a second term with impeachments. After Devon Archer's damning testimony against the Bidens, though, it is now glaringly evident Trump's first impeachment was not a result of improper behavior by Trump, but actions of a panicking deep state because he suggested Zelensky look into the Bidens' corrupt actions. Are you still wondering why Zelensky keeps demanding more and more money from Biden, who's dishing it out to Ukraine like ice cream? Trying to keep something hidden there, Joe. They threw everything they could at Trump, but none of it worked. In fact, it all seemed to increase Trump's support. So, what do they have left to destroy him before he gets a second term? Their insurance policy. Indictments. In response to Trump's first indictment, Rachel Maddow blatantly exposed exactly what their goal is. MoveOn.org is also pretty obvious about the left's motives. They don't even try to hide it anymore. It's not about laws or justice or equality. This is about remaining in power, hiding the truth, hiding their lies, election interference, decimating democracy, and keeping Trump out of office to save their hides. But this is not a new tactic for the deep state. In fact, this is Marxism 101 and is a tried and true strategy for the left, one they've been perfecting for decades. Indictments by corrupt DAs and prosecutors are standard operating procedure for punishing and intimidating those who stand in their way, especially up-and-coming leaders in the GOP. Starting to understand why George Soros spends so much money installing his favorite prosecutors and DAs? Let's take a look at just a few of their victims of that tactic. Two from Trump's administration, General Michael Flynn and Paul Manafort, were both indicted. Flynn's meritless case was later dropped by the DOJ, but not until after bankrupting him and completely destroying his reputation. Trump was forced to pardon Flynn since the corrupt judge unlawfully refused to let the case go. I've commented multiple times on how prosecutorial misconduct has been on full display with the treatment of 2020 BML and Antifa rioters versus January 6 protesters, as one group is ignored and released without a scratch, and the other is pursued and sentenced to the maximum allowed. Michigan AG Dana Nessel indicted 16 alternate electors for Trump on multiple felony counts, stating they carried out these actions with the hope and belief that the electoral votes of Michigan's 2020 election would be awarded to the candidate of their choosing, instead of the candidate that Michigan voters actually chose. Don't these ignorant Trump supporters know only Democrats are allowed to disregard the will of the state's voters, push efforts to demonize the Electoral College, and utilize the purpose of alternate electors to send those to Washington they want, not who the people elected?
You know the Constitution gives electors the right to vote for any eligible person.
Any eligible person, no matter which party they belong to.
But it should certainly be someone you consider especially competent.
Especially competent to serve as President of the United States of America.
By voting your conscience, you and other brave Republican electors can give the House of Representatives the option to select a qualified candidate for the presidency.
Okay, I've had enough of that propaganda. Check out my video on the Electoral College and see its purpose has nothing to do with the garbage they're spewing. After Nestle's lead, though, more states are investigating their alternate electors, with all of the Democrat prosecutors ignoring the precedent set for them in 1960. So, if questioning an election and trying to persuade electors is truly criminal, where's the prosecution of all these people?
Many Democrats even attempted to persuade the Electoral College delegates to overturn the 2016 results.
Because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified.
I object to the votes from the state of Wisconsin, which should not be legally certified.
Mr. President, I object to the certificate from the state of Georgia on the grounds that the electoral votes were not...
There's no debate.
And I object to the certificate from the state of North Carolina.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina. I object.
I object to the certificate from the state of Alabama. The electors were not lawfully certified.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yet, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
I do not wish to debate. I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter
of
objection?
There is no debate. There is no debate.
That's one.
The gentlewoman will suspend.
Another important GOP leader, former House Majority Leader Tom DeLay, was targeted, indicted, and convicted by a liberal jury on charges that should be leveled against Joe and Hunter Biden. After appealing to a higher court, DeLay was acquitted, but not before the damage was done. Soros-backed Missouri DA Kim Gardner prosecuted a couple defending their home from BLM rioters who trespassed on their lawn. As cities burned around them, those rioters got a slap on the wrist. The McCluskeys got indicted. The judge threw Gardner off the case after being caught fundraising off the indictment. The couple was later pardoned. In 2018, Gardner weaponized her position to indict then-Governor Eric Greitens, a former Navy SEAL, which forced his resignation. After she finally admitted she lied about having evidence, it was discovered the ex-FBI agent she hired to gather the evidence was as corrupt as she was. An ethics commission exonerated Greitens, but by that time, the rising GOP star's bright future was extinguished, which was the goal anyway. Current Trump Special Prosecutor Jack Smith indicted Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, whose conviction was unanimously overturned by the Supreme Court for basically prosecutorial misconduct. McDonnell was acquitted, but not before another good GOP leader was taken down because of misconduct of a corrupt Democrat prosecutor. Smith is at it again as he charged Trump for allegedly ordering a Mar-a-Lago employee to delete security tapes. However, it was Smith who lied to the court, claiming he provided all surveillance footage when he didn't. He excluded information to the grand jury about the Presidential Records Act and how the Supreme Court ruled it allows presidents to determine for themselves what is their personal property per a Bill Clinton case, and Smith purposely omitted Trump's call for protesters to be peaceful and patriotic. No wonder he's trying to get the judges to put a gag order on Trump. How else is he going to hide his crimes and lies? Smith is getting so desperate, he included a count that could carry the death penalty in his January 6th indictment. But destroying Trump's campaign is only half of their goal. They are using the indictments to cover up all the Biden crimes. Check out these interesting timing coincidences. News of a Trump indictment is looming in Georgia in the very near future, so expect more evidence about the Biden's family corruption to surface here soon. Is the picture starting to become clear as to why they are indicting Trump again and again and again? To the left's dismay and to the joy of Trump supporters, this time it's all backfiring. With each attack, with each accusation, with each indictment, Trump's number goes up. And even though the media is using it all to try to cover up the Biden family corruption, people are seeing through the ruse and are realizing how fake the fake news really is. Reminds me of Isaiah's warning. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Change is coming, America, and it's going to be biblical. I'm Rosie the Riveter, and that's my 2 cents. But what do you think? Leave your comments down below. If you enjoy my content, please consider supporting my work on Patreon. You can find all my videos and my blog, Liberating Letters, at thefaxpaper.com. You can also start your own research on the Fax Paper by exploring the thousands of links to articles I have, including those noted in my videos, Sharing the Truth Fake News Propagandists Won't. Investigate and discover the truth for yourself.